5 bloopers out of the way, and then away we go. Yeah.
Talk about golf rather than
I
intranets.
wish.
Okay, hi, welcome back. The focus of this episode is the 10 reasons why you need an intranet. So if you think of any others on top of our conversation that we're having today, please let us know in the comments below. Or which one do you think is most important from your experience so far in the workplace, as a business owner, as an employee? We'd really love to hear your thoughts. So should we start going through them? I'll try and get my fingers out for counting them down.
Yeah.
What's the first one? Why do you need a good internet? Why do you need an intranet?
Communication, collaboration. Yeah. So having a platform where your organisation can communicate on and foster great collaboration is number one of how the intranets operate really, really well. So if you've got news working really well, you've got internal comms sort of leading the way with an intranet, but working with all of the sub teams like HR and marketing and anyone that wants a voice, you want to reduce your email as well.
That's another episode.
Yeah, and get email to zero. There's so much noise in inboxes when organisations don't have intranets, and intranets are a really good driver of enhanced communications and enhanced collaboration using the whole of the Microsoft ecosystem, Microsoft Teams, Viva Engage, bringing social aspects to people familiar with outside of work, bring them into the work. So intranets, communication, collaboration is number one. It's at the top of the list of what business should be focusing on why do we need intranet. We just need to get better at the way we communicate and the way we collaborate together.
Because typically an element of it is there, whether it's a company that's already got an intranet or they're just in the early stages of looking at it. It's just how good is that?
Yeah.
And I think you can really pull that to pieces in a lot of organisations of have you been focusing on it? If you've not focused on it, it slips, doesn't it?
The way I like to look at communications with your intranet is treat it like marketing would external. So run internal campaigns, have a schedule, understand what are the important key messages that we need to nurture our own internal employees with, like we would potential leads. And same rules apply. You need to have a plan alongside the functionality. They don't work if they're not hand in hand. You can't just have SharePoint news and expect it to magically happen. You've got to have ownership behind it. You've got to have a good team behind it with a good plan on what we're saying and why we're saying it and how often and who to. Another one is information sharing.
Number two,
information.
I'm just keeping us on track.
Information sharing. So your intranet is your central repository for all of your information. Your single source of truth is the buzzword that people say. So SharePoint it's a world leading document repository capability. If imagine again a business, I'll quite come at things from this is what not to do. But imagine you're a business and you don't have an intranet, you don't have SharePoint. I'd say, where's all your documents? Where's all your assets? Where's your policies? Where's this? And the answer you'll find is people have got these R drives or L drives, or it's on someone's laptop. And the risk around that. So number two, it's where all your information should be.
And I think from my perspective as well, when we have conversations around this, people are a bit worried about it. But again, as soon as you understanding is the key, isn't it? To understand, you know that it's safe. I think that's the security element is quite a thing, which we're going to cover on another episode.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. What's number three?
That might be down. So number three, employee engagement. So you need an intranet because you want to increase the engagement of your employees. Ties into communications a little bit, but if your employees feel connected to the organisation through an intranet, you're going to see increased engagement. If they have the ability to not be talked at, but to be talked with. Is that
Yeah,
that word?
makes sense.
Converse.
Yeah.
They're going to feel more engaged. They're going to, likely to take part more in things if they're reading really good communications articles. They understand that the organisation's leading them to these common goals. They can see the strategy. You're going to have people that are more engaged.
Do you know what? I just want to add something in there. I really like the pauses when you say to decision makers, how well do you communicate and talk and engage with your employees? And there is that kind of awkward pause of, right, yeah, because it's that busy being busy. We're centered on our customer, our marketing, our sales. And they go, good question.
Yeah, definitely.
So what's number 4?
4, knowledge management. So if you, again, picture a world where you don't have an intranet, you've just got people working bloody hard. I reckon you've got lots of experts in pockets, and those experts have got everything in their heads.
Yeah.
And this is where on the episode we talk about value. That knowledge can walk out the door.
Yeah.
If you've got struggles with retention in your organisation, that's compounded by the knowledge walking out the door as well. So intranets are looked at as your knowledge management area, or your training materials, or your assets, and getting everything out of people's brains into really good knowledge management systems. So, for example, you can build a whole knowledge management hub for marketing. It's got all the brand materials. It's got everything you could possibly need about marketing. So I don't have to go and ask Dave Jones for what's the latest brand guidelines and what's the latest video. I go to this knowledge management area and I self-serve and I get the information that way.
I think from what we see as well is that there's an element or a percentage of that there. But when you have a conversation about optimizing, it's a big shift forward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shift forward.
Yeah.
What is number 5?
5, security and privacy. So, we used the Microsoft ecosystem to build our intranets, and it's just a world leader, enterprise grade technology. It's got world-class security measures. You've probably already even got it in your organization now. If you've got internal IT, they probably already know everything about it. It's got multi-factor authentication to log in. It's just very, very secure. It's Microsoft.
Yeah.
So it's one of the things that you don't have to worry about if you've got any data protection officers internal and you're buying an intranet. Maybe it's not a Microsoft one and it's a customized one built by an agency. You might worry a bit more about the security and the privacy and the protection around your data. But with us using Microsoft, it's just world-class enterprise grade.
Yeah, and what we find is a lot of people are already in that ecosystem. They're just not optimizing it, and it is top of people's list, isn't it? Regards to safety and privacy, which is nice to sort of, in a nice way, box it off quickly and easily.
Yes,
from our perspective and our experience.
Yeah, it's just something you don't want to have to worry about. And with regards to updates and keeping it evergreen, it's with Microsoft. It's this stuff will be secure. It's not something, say we'd custom built this all on our own and it was all our own code, we would forever be writing code to make it more secure. So we rely and partner with Microsoft to keep that as up to date as it needs to be.
Number 6,
workflow automation. So again, another unknown but really powerful within intranets is organizations don't realize that your intranet can harness automation really, really well. You can look at all of your processes, and I've done this in various different departments, but I love doing this in R&D departments. You can write down all of the different core processes of how you get things done. And 9 times out of 10, there's a lot of manual effort, there's a lot of inefficiencies, and there's optimization to be had. And your intranet serves as a platform to deliver that automation of process and workflows to people.
Yeah, I love that. I don't get involved with it as much as you do. However, I like the fact that they're almost easy wins for us because there's lots of moving parts with lots of people, lots of locations, and that ultimately comes with a quick and easy way of making things quicker for people. That efficiency and effectiveness.
Yeah, if somebody walked me through a typical process now, I would almost guarantee I would have 3 different ways to do that more efficient with the Microsoft ecosystem.
And we get those light bulb moments, don't we, all the time?
And I love I love finding a new one.
Yeah.
You know, I think I've seen so many, but there's always that new thing where I'm like, oh god, that would be so cool. We could do this, we could do that.
Excellent. So number 7, we're up
7. Customization within your intranet. So leading on from sort of the workflow, the automation, sometimes companies work in very specific ways, very unique to them.
Yeah.
And your intranet can prove as the platform to build very custom solutions to deliver that very purposeful need for whatever it might be. I was a little story. So I've done a lot of work in Unilever, spent a lot of time there, learned a lot there, and I used to do a lot of work around the R&D department, and the fragrance team in there had some very, very unique ways of working, and we built some amazing solutions which enabled them to create and adapt like the new bottle of Lynx, much quicker. And it was just a game changer for how they operated within R&D and how they then helped get that into production. So I imagine there's going to be lots of organizations out there that have very niche requirements to do a specific thing, and your intranet is the platform where you can make that all happen.
Yeah, I like the fact that conversation that we have with companies, that then they're almost coming into it with we need an intranet, and they feel the way they talk about it, it's like we need one of them. Does that make sense? And then we're talking about customization, is what actually is the need and the value for one company is completely different to another. It might be a 1% change from the previous company, might be a 90% change because everybody's different, and that people then start seeing they get excited about the whole. We'll have our own version, and that's great to be able to deliver that. We're number 8.
Number 8.
Hey, we're getting there.
Cost savings. So again, just I'll pop it up on that side. We'll put it somewhere. Link to our value episode. The benefits and the opportunities to be made to save money in the organisation, get that return on investment. We have a whole episode on the value of increasing productivity, efficiency, retention, increasing engagement. Intranets act as a cost-saving platform to the company.
Excellent. So that link will be somewhere, or in the comments below.
I think you can pop them up on the top. I'm just going to try and put
just point somewhere. You'll get there. Number 9. 2 more left. Penultimate one.
Yeah. So competitive advantage. So like I gave that little story about working in Unilever, that ability where the people on the ground doing the to enable the creation of new product, it's allowing to get the product to market quicker, and it's therefore giving a competitive advantage.
I've just written down here like your ability to be proactive as well as reactive, and have the technology and tools and the collaboration and all those buzzwords that we talk about in the right place at the right time.
Like there's intranets can be really good enablers for customer success and client success. So if your intranet has got really good knowledge management systems, you've got all your information there, and you've got a team of people perhaps on the phones dealing with customers, and they can get access to all that information really quickly, then it's going to create a competitive advantage of how good they can get that information relayed back to the customers.
Fab. What's the last one? Number 10. Let's go for
10.
it.
So last one is it's about getting more for your money. So this is specifically around Microsoft. You're probably listening, watching this at the moment and thinking, we've got Microsoft in our place. And we use it for Outlook and we have chats on Teams.
Yeah.
But what people don't understand is that they have the licenses already bought and paid for to get a lot more out of what they are paying for.
Yeah.
They have SharePoint. They have a lot of other the Microsoft ecosystem capabilities, and it's easier to adopt and engage to. So you can either do two things with an intranet. You can have it in Microsoft, or you can go in, for an external non-Microsoft one. And I'll be very biased because I'm, Microsoft by trade. But I would say, why would you go and get an external one? Because everyone's in Microsoft already. Don't have to log into it. It's people are familiar with it. They know how this stuff generally works.
Yeah.
So the last one is you just get more for your money. We typically would come into a company, give an art of the possible. We show things that people don't know they have.
Yeah.
They have their light bulb moments and start to realise, I didn't even know we had all this stuff.
Yeah, I think we had one recently, didn't we, where they have they pay for all singing, all dancing.
Yeah.
And as you've just alluded to them, people are using it for their Outlook, their emails, their video calls, their Teams chats, because we now realise there's a camera and we can talk to each other. And what was the other one? Their diaries, their calendars.
Yeah.
Calendars, video, and emails.
Yeah.
So yeah, brilliant. Thanks very much for that. So the question goes out again at the end of this episode. Which bit do you think is one of the main reasons why you should have an intranet? Like, which bit are you currently getting value from? Which bit shines out to you? Which one do you want to have in there? And we'd love to know. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the comments below. Hit the comments, write in the comments, hit the like button. Share forwards. Thanks very much. See you on the next episode.